They come to town, I believe in February 22nd, I want to say. Taylorville Tornadoes. They're 21-3 on the season. We beat Mattoon on Friday. They dropped to 5-3 along with the Flaming Hearts of Effingham, who will be at Roy Anderson on Friday night. So another college conference game will be Friday night at Roy S. Muhammad at 3 and 6. College. So of course again tonight, time of year you want to be out in the field, time of year you want to start playing your best ball. And, it always feels like this, as Alexander says, and we're in February now, and that's when we'll be early next. So once the Rails continue to play consistently, I think Coach Alexander coach too, but I think he's going to look tonight for probably the Railers to really play with that defensive intensity. Zion has struggled this year. You bring defense every night. It's always good. So let's hope they can come out and get some good work in on the defensive end and walk out with the Railers now have not lost since finish it. 2.2 seconds now. The Raiders up 26-24. Zion sophomore goes begging for a foul. He's out 5 feet out on the board. Looks like the Raiders Seth Tungate can step to the line and knock down a couple of free throws. The Raiders sophomores will be back in the win column, and the Raiders sophomores something that we haven't seen out of them in the last couple of years. 2 losses over the weekend for the sophomores. Mattoon, a little light-handed was Coach Greg Alexander because Jermaine was out that night, and so Hollinger had to fill in the varsity action. So Coach Greg Alexander only got Landon for half of that game, so that made a little bit of a difference in that sophomore game, and then the Rocky took care of the Raiders sophomores Saturday night. So Coach Alexander and Coach Coach Graven was a college teammate with John Munson, and so I've met Coach Graven a few times outside of basketball. He's a great coach, great young coach. But neither coach will tell you that you got to have players, and I think the talent level here is everything. A little inconsistent. They've had some really good years here over the years. It's a good overall school. It's been a struggle at 4-20. I think they're only, I looked earlier today, I think they're only win over a 3-18 is over Charleston. So it's been a struggle, but I totally expect they'll be well prepared and well coached for our offense and our defense. I don't know that maybe they're young, maybe there's some things in play that have limited him in terms of ability. He just stepped up and hit a free throw against the River Falcons. We have a 3-point lead with 2.2 seconds left. He's going to step up and his second free throw will ice it. It's up. It's good. It's soft. There's one win down. It's the second one. Varsity action gets warmed up on the ground court for Pregame show. You're listening to Lincoln Raiders basketball. All right.
Right.
To run out, Raylor sophomores a victory just a second ago, 28-27. Josh Komnick along with Justin Tierney here in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center. Pre-game show again, the Raylors 19-2 on the season and 9-0 in Apollo Conference play, while the Braves from Mount Zion down in the cellar in the Apollo Conference, 1-8 in conference play, 4-20 overall. And you know, Justin, you talk about games like this late in the year where Coach Alexander loves to get that momentum going and playing his best basketball and not mentally prepared. You know, Coach Alexander is a big mental preparation guy. He likes to have his guys do the same thing and come ready to play. And if you don't, scary things can happen, especially on the road. But this team has been really good on the road as this Raylor basketball team. Away from Roy S., we're 7-1 on the season. And they seem to rise and go against and want to beat the other team on their home court against their fans and everything that the home court for a team can bring. Really, the Raylors have been able to phase that out this year.
Yeah, I mean, I know we're new to the Apollo Conference, but if we have a rival, this might be it. I think we've played Muhammad pretty well. They're always that's always a pretty quality game, and we were kind of talking off the air that there's been some big-time Raylor games in this gym or against Mount Zion. So, I mean, you know, maybe it's not a traditional rivalry as we have with some other schools, but this, I think you're going into the closest proximity conference game you've got. You want to go in and send a message and, you know, beat everybody you play, but I think tonight would be a nice win. It's always good to beat Mount Zion. Yeah, Coach Neil Alexander's Raylors hit the court now here, and we talked about rivalries, and I was just thinking about this earlier today. What a year this would have been for the Raylors in South times.
Or 3 times, you're right. And you know, they're obviously Southeast with a solid squad again, coming off a second place finish in the state tournament last year. Of course, the Raylors 19-2 on the season. Boy, it would have been almost like that year where Cook and Gavin and those guys were 1-2 with Lanphier. Could have been a couple nice games for the Raylors on this season. Yeah, I mean, if folks at home haven't seen Southeast or really read up on them, they have a point guard by the name of Terion Murdix, who's maybe the best high school point guard I've seen since Larry Austin or since, you know, Xavier Bishop. I mean, he's that caliber of guy. To me, he should get Mr. Basketball votes. I'll be honest, they're one of the best teams downstate. There's not a dominant team in Chicago. He's a great player, very fun to watch. And of course, Southeast has an excellent head coach. Lawrence Thomas is one of the best guys to do it. And so we may still see him yet. We'll see. They've got a lot of games to win. We've got a lot of games to win. They've had some injuries with some key guys, so maybe it's not they're not a complete dominant favorite as they might have been earlier in the season. The Raylors are playing well, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Alexander, that's the name that he's dropping in practice every week to say, yeah, I know what we did last week against whoever, but we've got to be good enough if we want to make it to Peoria to get through Southeast. I mean, that's the measuring stick for any team downstate, is it runs through Springfield, and the sectional will be at their place. So that's who we're chasing at Southeast. At Southeast, okay, that's who we're chasing this year, is the Spartans from Southeast, whether they're in our conference or not. Froby still 16 points a game for the left-handed junior. Right behind him is the talented senior 6'10" Jermaine Hamlin at 14 points a game and 7 rebounds for Jermaine. Also double figures for the Railers is the 6'3" junior, number 23, Will Ewald at 10 points. Cam Whiteman, also a 6'1" junior. He's got 7 points per game. And the sophomore point guard, number 3, Dylan Singleton, rounds out the starting 5 for the Railers at 6 points per game. Both teams out on the court, 13 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the warm-ups. We got to take another break. Listen to some of our sponsors here in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show. For joining us here on WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com, the Railer Nation station. We will apologize now if there's any interruptions or bad connections. The treehouse does not set up well for us here at Mount Zion with our equipment, nor may it anybody's, I don't think, because it's just hard to get service out of the ceiling within reach of our hands. So we will apologize. We'll do everything we can to keep you connected here to Railer basketball. Of course, Josh Komnick along with Justin Tierney, Lloyd Kirby on the camera. He got the YouTube duties. Don't know how well that's going to work out, but Lloyd will do his darndest to keep the TV flowing for you at home that didn't make the trip over here to Mount Zion. And again, the Railers, a full slate of games at home after tonight at Mount Zion for this weekend. Friday, Effingham, the Flaming Hearts come into the Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium with the leading scorer in the conference with Mr. Landon Wolf. It was a close game over in Effingham. You were there, Justin, for that game with myself. That will be a tough one. 2 Wolf brothers.
They've actually, Effingham's been, they've had a little turmoil down there. They actually, their coach quit mid and underneath their new.
Doing that a little bit of myself back at Lincoln College, that anytime you can get up in that Wheaton and Naperville and that area, there are plenty of kids to choose from in those type of schools. So we I don't have any records or information yet on Wheaton, Warrenville South, but I'm assuming with the amount of kids that they've choose from, that will be another good game for the Railers. Another nice contest at Roy S. for all our fans.
I feel like you never know quite what to expect from suburban schools. Sometimes you see them and maybe they're a little bit soft, but like you said, I mean, they're that big. They're going to have players size, and they're going to be physical, and they're used to probably playing pretty good competition. That's kind of a mystery game. It seems like we've always got at least a couple of those every year, and certainly since changing conferences opened up some more non-conference games. So I bet Coach Al's got somebody up there scouting number, has got a full scouting report on him, and he'll be in prepared. Fully prepared. So won't be surprised if he's got a full scouting report for him for the boys on Saturday morning, go through a walkthrough or whatever. So
and there's no question what quite possibly could be our the best team we play all year could be come on February the 12th, a Tuesday night at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium when the Raiders come to town from Bloomington. We saw them last year, and the Railers played a great game at Bloomington and was able to knock off the Purple Raiders last year. But again, they've got
Chris Payton,
yes,
he's going to Carbondale.
Signed at SIU Carbondale. Originally was going to ISU and then decommitted and had some other suitors. Illinois was talking to him a little bit, I think, and then finally ended up going choosing Carbondale, which they've also got some guys to go along with.
Right, yeah, they're not a one-man show by any stretch.
You talk about a Tuesday night game where some of them haven't been real competitive. That'll be nothing but from the opposite on Tuesday night when those guys come to town.
Well, and it's always fun. I always like the games with contrasting styles. Bloomington's going to be run and gun, super athletic, very, very long. They're going to be a real physical test for us. Play a typical Railer game where we're going to try to take care of the ball, execute, play our defense, and I always like those kind of games. So, I expect that other Railer fans.
Railers on February the 12th, a Tuesday, as again the Purple Raiders come to town, which might be the best team we've seen all season long. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After a word from our sponsors, Justin and I'll be back here in Mount Zion to bring you the play-by-play action as the Railers take on the Braves. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick, Growl Incorporated, and the Schneider Chiropractic Center pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Greg Honda with license plate F595353. Please move your vehicle immediately with blocking and above. Greg Honda, license plate F595353.
For joining us here from Mount Zion High School, getting set for the Railers and the Braves in Apollo Conference play. 5 minutes left here, and the Railers have went back to the locker room. The Railers still out on the court. Josh Komnick along with Justin Tierney, Lloyd Kirby running the video action for you. 2 on the season, a perfect 9-0 in Apollo Conference action, while the Mount Zion Braves come in tonight at 4-20 and 1-8 in conference play. The Railers and the Braves met once earlier this season back in December. That was December the 14th at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. The Railers with an easy victory that night, 60-2. Again, Justin, thanks for joining us here again for Mount Zion as we're getting set for a little more Railer basketball. Not only working for that conference championship, but also the seedings for the regional are coming quickly. Where are we going to go? Who are we going to play? That all has to start boiling into not necessarily the players' minds. I don't know that if I was a player, I was necessarily worried about who we were going to play or win and all that, because back then it was a little bit different for me on what has happened and where you would go. But the Railers take care of business because Coach is thinking about that a little bit back of his mind too.
Yeah, it is that time of year. I I think our two regional sites in our subsectional are either Clinton or Jerseyville. So I would hope that the IHSA has the common sense to send Lincoln to Clinton. You would hope, but you never count on anything. And like I was saying earlier, every time I'm in this gym, I think of postseason games here. You know, we're talking postseason. I think of I remember Jordan Nelson and Ben Brackney's team played a regional championship over here that I covered as a newspaper reporter. You were saying earlier that the Max Cook, Gavin Block, I believe that was Max's junior year and Will Podbelsik's senior year. They played a memorable sectional game over here that they actually were kind of robbed on. They lost that game on a bad call by an official. And then I also remember just Mount Zion in general, my senior year. That's who we played. That's who we played my senior year in a regional championship as we took out Mount Zion. They'd beaten us earlier in the year at Christmas, and they had a guy by the name of Drew Ginsler, Josh, who I think you were on the coaching staff at that time. Probably remember him, and boy, he was a heck of a player, and they took it to us at Christmas and beat us by 25 at the State Farm Holiday Classic, and then regional championship time we upset them. So a lot of thoughts about March tonight. A lot of memories against Mount Zion are in this gym, and of course, yeah, like you said, seeding coming out any day now, so that we'll have our postseason path laid out for us.
Yeah, and as you said, who knows where we'll go, who will play, but ultimately, if we can take care of business like we should, which obviously that is up in the air at any time you lace them up, but you know, you've got us and you've got Southeast, and
I think that's the clear top two. I would guess Southeast will go all the way to Jerseyville, which you say, oh, that's too bad for them, oh man, but then they get to host a sectional if they come out of that. And then the other team that it'll be interesting to see how they're seeded is Taylorville. They have a great record, and they've played really well, but I wonder if some of the Central State 8 teams, you know, your SHG's had a good year, Springville High's had a decent year. Some of those teams may say, well, wait a minute, we want to be the 3 seed, so I'm not really sure who Lincoln will be matched up with if we're paired with another top team.
Yeah, so the Railers come back out on the court here, 54 seconds left. It looks like the Braves have come back to their huddle. I want to give, I got an anonymous texter texting me to wish you a happy belated birthday. 32 years young already. And also, he happens to be associated with the team that's going to be playing for a state championship on Thursday, which is the Crusaders.
Yeah, my brother, Eric Grau, and my nephew.
They're going to be doing that over at East Peoria. So the 7th grade Crusaders up for the state title on Thursday. We want to wish those guys a good luck and hopefully can bring it home.
And we're going to be broadcasting that. Lloyd's telling us right now we're going to be broadcasting that.
Great. So you can check that out. Wonder, are you going to do YouTube, Lloyd? Yeah, YouTube will be on for the Crusader game. So we'll have a little more information because we've got to take a break here while the national anthem goes on. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Please honor America national anthem.
Welcome back, Railer fans, here from Mount Zion High School, getting set for the Braves. And the Railers all set for the starting lineups here as the fight song for the Braves. Again, we'll go real quickly back to what we were just talking about, Justin. The WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com, along with Lloyd Kirby's YouTube channel, will be all over at East Peoria, right, Lloyd? The East Peoria Thursday to cover the state championship 7th grade game.
Who do they play? Griggsville Perry, is that right? Did I see that right?
Yes, Griggsville Perry and the Crusaders from Carroll Catholic, New Holland Middletown, and also Zion Lutheran. Starting lineups for your 19-2 Railers. First man out is the 6-foot junior. Wears the number 2, Cameron Whiteman. The guy wearing number 3 is 5'10", a sophomore, Dylan Singleton. Leading scorer for the Railers, 16 points a game. Number 5, the lefty, 6'2", and a junior is Caden Proby. 10 points per game is number 23, 6'3", and a junior, Will Ewald. And then the man in the middle, 6'10", at 12, Hamlin. Of course, head coach Neil Alexander, assisted by Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, Bird Farmer. And the Braves getting ready to come out. First out for the Braves under the direction of Mr. Brian Graven, with an enrollment of 775 students, is a 5'9" junior, wears the number 12, Alex Barr. At the other guard, 6 foot and a junior, number 20, Jace Booker. And one forward, a 6'3" sophomore, number 23, Makai Adams. Number 24 is a 6'2" junior guard, Braden Hiley. And the man in the middle for the Braves is a 6'3" junior, number 42, Nash Mose. The Braves at 4-20 on the season and 1-8 in Apollo Conference play.
Josh, tonight's tip-off is brought to you by Jim Examus Ford Lincoln. There's something for everyone at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln on Lincoln's west side. After a huge sales month in January, the dealership has lots of gently loved vehicles, trucks, and SUVs priced right and perfect for any budget. Give Kevin Riggs or Denny Small a call at Jim Examus Ford Lincoln on Lincoln's west side. Phone 217-732-2111 and let them put you in a new ride for the new year. We're getting ready to tip it off here. Jermaine's got a pretty big height advantage on the other guy jumping against him. We'll see if Jermaine can bring it back to the Railers, and he does. Dylan Singleton's got it for Lincoln, bringing it across the timeline.
Yeah, man-to-man for the Braves, so you know the Railers are going to go right to one of their sets that they like to give.
Proby up, no good. Rebound to Nash Mose for the Braves.
That could be a clear out for Proby, which it was, or also they like to go to Hamlin down low.
Mount Zion with it now in the half court, trying to get something doing. Looks like they're looks like a 2-on-2 with a typical pass and screen away kind of offense here.
Yeah, a little movement by the Braves as they try to of course get that guy at the free throw line open to set up some shooters on the outside. Right now the Railers not allowing anything.
Got it inside into the lane. They won't challenge Jermaine. Take a pull up instead. That's no good. Rebound to Caden Froby for the Railers.
Yeah, Froby had about 4 or 5 rebounds per game. Really did a good job over the weekend on the boards as he has done all season long.
Jermaine's got it inside. He's working a little drop set move. Tips up and nice and good. Nice and smooth touch there from Jermaine, Josh.
Yeah, and you almost start to see Jermaine where he's kind of doing that NBA where they look away, they hold the ball, take 2 power dribbles, and then put that big shoulder into the center chest of the man guarding him and knocked him off balance, and Jermaine with a nice baby hook.
Barr with it now for Mount Zion. They swing it over into the corner. The Railers looking to trap. Not there. They kick it back out. That's Adams with it. Now back over to Barr. Adams has got it. He's dribbling, looking for something. Back over to Barr. They're playing back and forth here. And that's knocked away by Caden Froby off of Barr and out of bounds back to the Railers.
Yeah, so Mount Zion is a little younger, Justin. Not a whole lot younger, though. The Railers with 3 juniors, a sophomore, and 1 senior. The Braves will go junior,
4 juniors and a sophomore.
Junior, yeah.
4 juniors and a sophomore. No seniors in the starting lineup. I noticed that as well. Dillon's got it. He's looking to drive, thinks better of it. 2 dishes it off to Jermaine. Jermaine up, strong and in.
Perfect.
Got a little roll there.
Yeah.
And we'll take it. It's 4-0 Railers. 6
right
minutes
over
to
the
go
front
in the
of that
first
rim,
quarter.
Justin, on that sideline where he's really good.
Adams, and it's tipped away by Froby. Active hands, and that goes off of Adams. 2 plays in a row that Froby's tipped it off of Mount Zion offensive player and out of bounds back to Lincoln.
Yeah, and I think last year Jermaine would have kicked that out to a wide open Froby in the corner for a 3. Not this year, Justin. He's a confident guy underneath the basket, willing to look to score almost every time.
This looks like a set play for Will Ewald. It is, and they got out and guarded. Did a good job on that Lincoln set play. Now Froby's got it on the wing. He looks, dishes it around. Now it's all the way over the opposite corner in Jermaine's hands. Lincoln cutting and moving. A lot of good movement on offense right now. Railers look ready to play. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first. We're moving around the perimeter. Here's Singleton. Dribbles it. Stolen away by a Mount Zion defender, but he goes out of bounds back to Lincoln. Let's see what we run here on the inbound. Caden Froby will inbound it for the Railers. Over to Jermaine. Jermaine on the perimeter. Looked a little uncomfortable. Got it tipped away. Back outside, or back out of bounds. Lincoln will have it on the sideline.
I can tell you what's going to work here in a couple possessions, Justin, is a back door. The Braves really overplaying the Railers right now.
Yeah, Coach Alexander's got his choice of those in the playbook, so definitely we'll see that at some point. There's Jermaine, tries to make a move, forgot the ball, and he kicks it back out to his guards. Moving around the perimeter now are the Railers. Froby's got it. Now over to Whiteman. They're still looking into Jermaine. Nice dump-off pass by Cameron Whiteman inside to Jermaine. Jermaine can't finish. A nice touch post entry pass there by Cam Whiteman, but Jermaine got double-teamed and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, not a bad play, though. Jermaine just got with too many guys on him that time and still tried to go up, and I think he probably would have told you he should have made that because he had a chance to put that on the bank board a little bit higher.
Adams with it at the top of the key. Over to Barr. Now down to Mose. Over in the corner, that's Booker. Barr for 3, off the front end of the iron, no good, into Cameron Whiteman's hands. He's pushing tempo. Here come the Railers. Slowing it up now. There's a 3 for Whiteman, or excuse me, that was Froby, and he dishes it into Jermaine for the dunk.
Went underneath him.
Yeah, and they're going to call a foul there. A little bit of a late whistle, but we'll take it.
As Jermaine was going up off the great post feed from Froby, as he was going up to dunk it, 42 is Nash. Mose went right underneath him. And if Jermaine hadn't have hung on the rim a little bit longer than normal, probably would have landed on his behind because the other guy was a scary play. Missed free throw, but rebound. Singleton up and in. Didn't even bring it down off the offensive rebound. Turnover, Mount Zion.
Turned it over. Mount Zion's turned it over now. Over to Froby in the corner for a 3, and bang! That's good, and just like that, a quick 6-point swing. Lincoln ahead 11-0.
No timeout for Coach Graven either. He's going to let his young crew work through this, or try to anyway.
There's Barr with it now, and the Lincoln defense is swarming here in Mount Zion. They smell blood in the water. They're coming for him right now. Mount Zion swinging it around the perimeter, and that's a timeout. There's your timeout, Josh, from Coach Graven. We'll keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout. I want to give a shout-out to Headline Salon, LLC. Visit Brett, Liz, and Danielle at 123 South Sangamon in historic downtown Lincoln. Phone 217-651-8310, where walk-ins are always welcome. And, Josh, I'm noticing on the offensive end, Mount Zion's really struggling because you want to sag off your perimeter defenders to prevent the post entry to Jermaine. But if you sag off the Lincoln guards, they're going to burn you. So they're kind of caught in between, it seems like, defensively.
We've been waiting for this for about a year now. I mean, just for the outside-inside combination where we could really depend on Jermaine, where we've always been able to depend on our shooters from the outside, but to go along with the guy inside now, we're a tough cover offensively. When our shooters are going, we can backdoor. We've got some quickness. Our guards are good athletes.
Yeah.
And then you put it in there, you got Jermaine, who, when you kick it down to him, he used to pass out, I'd probably say 75% of the time. Now he's shooting it almost every time.
And another steal for the Railers. That's Caden Froby. He had it, couldn't hold on to it though. Throws it, tries to save it, and ended up throwing it back to Mount Zion. So Mount Zion's getting another chance at it here on their offensive end. They are making the mistake of going into the corners. The Railers trapping aggressively. at this time. There's another trap inside to Adams. That's taken away by the Railers. They're out in transition. Here comes Cam Whiteman, swings it over to Ewald, and now they'll back it out and try to run some offense. Here's Whiteman. He's looking inside to Jermaine again. They're really trying to feed him, but now Nash is just, this Mose kid from Mount Zion's just shoving him for lack of a better defense.
Yeah, he just threw his elbow right in his back.
Yeah, he's saying, well, I can't stop you if I don't foul you, so I'm just going to foul you. Railers working it around the perimeter. Again, definitely very intent on getting it into Jermaine. There's a three for Whiteman. That's up and swish. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. That's our second Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer as Froby had hit a first one, and Caden Froby is just everywhere defensively. He's decided that Mount Zion can't handle the ball when he's defending him, and he's just going for the ball.
Yeah, he's got that little knack. He's got that knack where some guys just have where once they get by you, he can come from behind and slap that thing almost to him. He almost got it again there, yeah, and just smart. You know, I've been playing basketball his whole life, and his whole family has. So he just got, just knows where to be at that by far best passer on the team, and really a nice guy for Coach Alexander to have.
Mount Zion got it in transition here, beat the Railer press down the floor, but Lincoln catches up a floater from Mount Zion. That's no good. That was number 4, Ethan Hamrick. He's a freshman for Mount Zion. He put up a nice little floater there, so we'll see what this little freshman for Mount Zion, if they can get their offense going. Lincoln ahead 11-0 or 14-0. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's all Lincoln here in Mount Zion right now.
Yeah, I'd love to see a nice back door here for Froby. That guy's really tightly contested, Froby.
And they've got it to looked into Jermaine, decided to swing it over to Ewald. Now Noah Funk is checked in for Dylan Singleton. There's a deep three for Whiteman. That's good. That's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer. And man, he shot that one from like Bethany, Illinois, Josh. That was a bomb.
Yeah, you keep coming up with these small towns every time I come around you, but yeah, they if they can get him going, Justin, it adds another weapon. He's been a couple games where he'd make a couple, then he'd be off a couple, make a couple, and shoot well for a couple games. The consistency has not been there for Whiteman this year, but what a great time to start.
If we could get that going, oh my goodness, this offense would be so dangerous. Dangerous as is. You throw a consistent 40% Cam Whiteman three-point shooter in there, and we'd really be cooking with gas then.
Well, if the guy could go to the basket like Froby and
there's another steal for Lincoln. That's Noah Funk with that steal. He passes it up to Froby. Froby's up and good, and the foul. Lincoln pouring it on here, 19-0 after that basket, and Coach Graven from Mount Zion is not a happy camper, as you might imagine. He calls his second time out of the first quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come back after this.
Seems to be okay.
And we're back at Mount Zion High School on 96.3 WLCN. You're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball. Josh, the Railers are pouring it on. It's 19-0.
Yeah, with a casual look from the coaches tonight. Dress pants with the green quarter zip pullover. So it's
if we're already talking fashion in the first quarter, we're in for a long night.
Might be a long night, yeah, especially with us two.
Yeah, fashion experts here. Froby's got it. He's going to try to knock down this free throw. It's up. It's good. Swish. 20-0 Railers. Railers, again, intensity on defense. Mount Zion just looking for an answer, looking to get on the board at this point. This is Ethan Hamrick, the freshman guard, with it out top for Mount Zion. He throws it away, but it's tipped away by Caden Froby.
And I don't even know what Mount Zion got so far. 2 shot attempts,
yeah,
I think.
I mean, it's
just been turnover and zero even shot attempts up on the board for the Braves.
Now Alex High's got checked into the game for Mount Zion. I saw him in the sophomore game, seeing if he can get anything going. There's a tip inside, stolen away by the Railers again.
Yeah, nice hands by Cam Whiteman with the tip away there. And got Postgame that checked in for Hamlin. So a smaller lineup, but yet quick out there for the Railers with 4 shooters and Postgame, kind of a dirty work guy underneath.
Froby, he's driving. He smells blood. It's up. It's in. And that'll make it 22-0. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Railers all over Mount Zion. Mount Zion trying to get it across that court. Stolen by Froby again. Over to Funk, who dished it over to Ewald. Kind of fumbled with it. Railers will pull it back out here. And there's another open 3 for Caden Froby. That's good. 25-0. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Chris Coyne, State Farm 3-pointer from Caden Froby. Mount Zion just trying to get on the board here in the first quarter. This is High. He's got it over to Hamrick, the freshman. Number 20, Booker's got it out top. 2 seconds to go. Taken away by Froby again. And that'll end the first quarter. Lincoln with a fantastic performance. We're up 25-0. Stick with us here on 96.3 WLCN. We'll be back after this.
Get signed up today for the very 300 first raffle and your chance to win $5,000. Only 300 tickets will be sold, and this event will sell out quickly. The drawing will be held on March 22nd. You do not have to be present to win. See Gene and Chris underneath the big scoreboard for your chance.
And we're back, Railer fans, at Mount Zion High School. Lincoln ahead, 25-0. After 1 quarter of play, the Railers defense is on fire right now. I don't know if we have it officially, but I'm going to say Caden Froby's already got maybe 6-7 steals.
Seems like a lot. It seems like there's the poor Braves think there's about 5 number 5s out there right now.
Right, and the Lincoln intensity, just no mercy.
Keep going to the corner, as you talked about earlier, Justin. They just earlier they weren't we weren't getting steals out of the corner, but you just saw it coming. The more they kept going there.
If they're going to keep going to the corner, we're going to keep trapping them.
There again, they go in the corner and we get a good trap, and they throw it off our leg to go out of bounds. But it not a lot of offense so far for the Braves.
Mount Zion, that's High. He's got it over to Hamrick. Now over to Adams. He's driving, looking, nothing there. There's a drive, a floater. That's up, no good, and that's going to be off of Lincoln and back out to the Braves. Noah Funk checking in now. He's going to spend some time at the wing. He'll give Caden Froby a well-deserved break. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, and the other senior, again. Justin, that has checked in for the Railers is Wyatt Collier here early in the game. Wyatt, him and Jermaine, the only 2 seniors on the team, so nice to see Wyatt get in there right away.
There's Adams on a backdoor cut, and Mount Zion is on the board. A backdoor cut from Makai Adams. And that'll make it 25-2. Lincoln with a commanding lead. Excuse me. Now Singleton's got it over in the corner. Lincoln playing a 5-out offense right now without Jermaine on the floor, so a lot of perimeter cuts. Trying to find a cutter maybe. There's Collier. He drives, dishes it off to Postgame. It's stolen away by Mount Zion. And Dylan Singleton says, "I'll take that, thank you very much," and takes it right back. Railers back in the half court. Whiteman looking to step into a 3. Dribbles between his legs. Kicks it over to Postgame. Now Funk's got it. He's driving. There's Collier with it now. Railers looking that 3-man weave offense at the top of the key. Dylan's got it now over to Whiteman. He's calling for a screen from Postgame. He gets it. Dishes it off to Postgame just under the top of the free throw line, and Railers going to decide to run it back out again. Here's Collier. He's got it. That's taken away by Adams. Collier dives on the floor, and it's got to be a jump ball. It is. And that'll be back to the Railers.
Yeah, Railer basketball on the possession arrow. So Railers, again, moving it pretty well here and have had some chances to look to score here, but the Railers looks like trying to take a little time off the clock.
Right. Yeah, a little more patient on offense than we saw in the first quarter. And, of course, Jermaine not being in there, although he looks like he's getting ready to check in.
Yeah, I think you'll see a mix of a lot of people tonight here. Yeah. 3 minutes strong, 4 minutes off, stuff like, a good rotation here by Coach Alexander.
There's a great pass by Whiteman down to cutting Postgame, but fumbled away. It'll go back to Mount Zion. Adams has got it. Now over to Hamrick. Hamrick's looking to drive. Nothing there in the corner again. And there's a top of the key jumper from Mose. That's no good. Rebound to the Railers. Cam Whiteman in transition, looking to drive over to Funk. He doesn't like it. Decides to kick it back out, and we'll reset now. Whiteman dribbles, stutter step, nothing there. Over to Postgame. Postgame wide open to shoot a three if he wants to. Must not be in his range, Josh.
Yeah, I don't think that's his part of his game.
There's Cam, a nice behind the back dribble, no good on the shot. Rebound to Mount Zion. They're going to push. And this is high. He's got it now. Or excuse me, that's Barr. Adams kicks it over to the corner to Hamrick. Now back to Adams. Now over to Barr. He's looking. Ball fakes. Railers not biting on it. Railers still playing with great intensity on defense. And there's a three in the corner for Hamrick from Mount Zion. That was no good. An air ball off the bottom of the net. And Dillon's got it in transition. Looking to maybe take his man one-on-one. He decides to never mind. He's going to run some more offense.
I'd like to see Dillon look to go to the basket a little bit more.
Yeah. And a loose ball. They're going to a lot of contact there. Let's see what looking. It's going to go back out to Mount Zion. And Railers haven't scored here in the second quarter yet. Much more patient on offense.
Normally, these guys are not playing together as much, so it does take a little fluidity, I guess, out of the offense. But again, the Railers kind of standing and not really attacking like we were early on in the game. And you can get stagnant when you get up 25-0 after one quarter.
Right. Mount Zion with it now. Moving it around the perimeter. Great defense by Wyatt Collier. He's happy to be out there. Oh, great knocked away, stolen, and Wyatt had the tip. Jermaine picked it up, and now we're back off and run and go to the Railers. Singleton drives, spins, little floater. That's up and good, and that's Dillon's sweet spot right there.
You're right. 15 feet for Dillon, and he got right in the middle of the lane with a nice reverse pivot on the dribble and was able to put it in. I'd like to see Dillon do even more of that, make this Railer offense even more lethal.
Mount Zion with it now. Trying to get anything going against this Railer defense. There's a three in the corner. That's up, no good. Rebounded by Mose. He was fouled, I believe, by Drayden Postgame. And a couple of Railers will check in here. It looks like, is that Will Ewald coming in?
Yeah, Ewald and Froby checking back in for Collier and Funk. So now you've got Hamlin, Postgame, Ewald, Singleton, and Froby for the time being.
Mount Zion, Hamrick, he steps into a three. That's up. That's good. And nice little jumper on that freshman there, Josh.
Yeah, he's going to be a player, and I think their coach Graven understands they're young and probably trying to rebuild a little bit, I guess. But you still.
There's Jermaine. He's got it inside. He's looked like he maybe got fouled there. No good on the shot. It goes back to Mount Zion. They're in transition, seeing if they can score on consecutive possessions. There's Hamrick again in the corner. Decides not to shoot it. Now he's passed it out to the perimeter. At the wing, looking for an offensive player. Can't find one. Now that's inside. There's Adams with it. Nearly stolen away again by Caden Froby, who's checked back in. Adams rolled the ball on the floor a couple times and found the layup.
Yeah, I had a couple of tip-aways. The Railers weren't able to get it, but I think Coach Greg Alexander was just talking with the referee, and, I don't care what the score is, but they cannot just keep hammering Jermaine underneath.
Right. And Dylan Singleton thought he had a lob to Jermaine, but Jermaine wasn't looking for it, and it went back to Mount Zion. And, Josh, it's 7-2 Mount Zion in this quarter now.
Yeah, and it's been a nice little comeback a little bit, I guess. The Railers a little bit non-aggressive on the offensive end, and when you don't have your guys.
Now it's stolen away by Lincoln. Here's Will Ewald. He's got an open three. He pulls up. No good. Rebound by Caden Proby. He's fouled. They got to call that, and they're going to count the basket on that. He was bumped a couple times before he even got the shot off, and then got the basket and lead if he can knock this one down. Caden's, we were talking about quick hands, and son of a coach, good buddy David Pickering was a lot like that. Had quick hands, good fundamental player. A little bit of similarities in their game, maybe.
Spend a lot of time in the gym. You learn to pick up things that some kids just don't get the opportunity because they're not in the gym as much.
Yeah,
watching and learning and picking up, as you said, little things.
And a free throw there for Caden makes it 30-7. I imagine there's some pretty good games in the driveway at the Proby house.
Sure.
Hamrick's got it. He's looking for a man inside. Nobody there. Now over to Barr. He's looking. Nothing there. And Mount Zion is out past the volleyball line trying to run their offense just like the Railers like it. Not much going here for them. They've got it inside now. Kicked it back out. Now there's Barr for three. That's no good. Rebound to Landon Hollinger, who's checked in for the Railers. He comes up with a rebound. He's fouled. Lincoln will have it out of bounds. It's 30-7. A minute 27 left to go in the second quarter. Railers looking to maybe tack on a couple more baskets here before halftime. Dylan Singleton's bringing it up. Kicks it over to Hollinger. Hollinger over to Jermaine. Looking inside for a cutter. Nobody there. Back out to Singleton. Now here's Froby. He's got it. Singleton's got it. Backdoor cut from Hollinger. Not there. Now around the perimeter to Ewald. Hollinger looking inside to Jermaine. Now he's got it back out on the perimeter for Froby. Froby drives. He stops. 54 seconds to go here. Dylan Singleton with a nice drive. Kicks it over to Hollinger, who finds Froby wide open for a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Yeah, nice penetration there by Hollinger, and then was able to get it over to Singleton, then Hollinger found a wide open Froby. Railers really good at that extra pass.
And they called a foul there on Will Ewald, I think, or maybe that was on Dylan. No, they called it on Ewald. I didn't think so. I think Will got that one clean, but they're going to call the foul on the Railers. Mount Zion gets it out of bounds at about half court with about 35 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Number 24 is checked in. That's Hiley. He's got it over in the corner again. They're going to little ball fake floater, no good. A rebound to who else but Caden Froby, who is filling up the stat sheet tonight, folks. Caden's got rebounds, he's got steals, he's got threes, he's got free throws. You name it, he's filling it up.
Yeah, 33-7 now, 14-10.
For your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the floor your 2018-2019 Mount Zion Pop Squad under the direction of Melissa and Caleb Singer.
That's my boss's husband. He's the girls' coach.
I'll keep it an extra minute. I don't have to score it.
Yeah.
780.
Welcome back, Railer Nation, to WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. The Railers up here at halftime over the Braves from Mount Zion, 33-7. Go through the scoring here for Mount Zion. Justin won a whole lot of it for the Braves. Makai Adams has 4 and Ethan Hamrick with 3. The Railers are led in scoring by Caden Froby. He's got 17 points on the game, and we don't have the official stats, but I know several rebounds, as we talked about earlier, probably 5, somewhere around 5 steals.
And he didn't play for a good chunk of the second quarter.
Yeah, they've been sitting for a while too. So Froby with an electric first half. 6 for Hamlin and Whiteman, both with 6. Singleton with 4 to round out the 33 points. So we'll be back here in just a couple minutes. We're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. And you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
50 points, Bacon Trucks, Illinois National Guard, Michael T. Robles, County Attacks, Neil Tire Auto Service, and St. Mary's Hospital. Thank you for your support.
Your Lincoln Railers are ahead, 33-7 at halftime. Lincoln with a fantastic performance thus far. We were ahead 25-0 at the end of the first quarter, and Josh, I don't know what to say. It was just a drubbing from the Railers on Mount Zion.
I can tell you the most excitement in the gym so far has been the manager for the Railers shooting half-court shots. He even got the student section for the Braves into it. He's yet to make one on about 20 attempts, but he has got the crowd more intrigued about this than there ever has been a part.
And I'm telling you, the whole gym is clapping their hands for him. If he makes one, this place is going to blow a gasket. That one looks good, no good off the backboard. And Josh,
we should be filming this, Lloyd.
Oh man, what is the second half? What do you do in the second half? What are you telling your guys at halftime, Josh?
Well, just don't get in bad habits. You know, I think play the game that you've been accustomed to playing, that you've been taught to play. Don't do anything out of character. Here's where you can get bad habits on the way you're shooting, the way you attack the basket, the way you handle the ball under pressure. Just do what you've been doing and get out of here without any injuries and get back on the bus and get home safely.
And really, you're probably telling your varsity guys, your top 6 or 7 guys that are going to play, hey, go out, play hard, and then let's get these other guys an opportunity to play here. in the late in the fourth quarter. If we come out and kind of, a little lackadaisical or whatever, then that limits the playing time for some of these guys who work hard and practice every day. We've seen Wyatt Collier get some time in the first half. That was nice. Would be nice to see some other Railers get a chance to get some run here in this game, and so I'm sure that's part of the message too.
They're gonna, Mount Zion's gonna play very loose. They pretty much know this thing's in hand. So as we're checking closely here to the Illinois-Michigan State score, but. Just play the way you've been playing. Maybe run some things that you don't normally get to run in practice against a man or something like that. Some plays that you've thought of or you're working on that you haven't really had game time experience with, and close this thing out and take it home.
Yeah, well, we'll send it back. We've got 1 minute left to go here in halftime. We'll take another quick break and back to the studio. We'll be back here on 96.3 WLCN with the second half of Lincoln Railer basketball. Stay with us. Welcome back to second half action here in Mount Zion. Lincoln ahead 33-7. The second half has started. Mount Zion shot a three. They got their own rebound, and Jermaine Hamlin fouled their rebounder. So Mount Zion will go to the free throw line here. This is Mose, who's a big kid. Nash Mose, 6'3", solid build on him. He'll go to the free throw line here. Up and swishes it. Now for the second free throw. This one's up. It's good as well, so that'll make it 33-9. Railers still in command of this one. Looking to get a good start here in the second half, continue the momentum we had in the first quarter, and like Josh said, get out of here, no injuries, get some other guys some PT, and walk out of here with another Apollo Conference victory. Caden Froby's got it. Over to Ewald. They're trying to get it into Jermaine. They do. Jermaine takes it across the lane, tipped away by a second Mount Zion defender, and now Mount Zion's got it, stolen away by Dylan Singleton. No-look pass over to Caden Froby, who, a little showtime action here. Caden takes that in, and the press is on, and the Railers looking for smell blood in the water here.
Yeah, you're right. Singleton likes a piranha up on the top of that press. He just took the ball right away from Mount Zion, and then a quick no-look pass to Froby, who got one of his easier 2 points off the 19.
And that's stolen away by Cam Whiteman. Kicks it away over to Singleton. Singleton drives, dumps it back off to Whiteman. Cam thought about a three, taken away by a Mount Zion defender, and Mount Zion's over in transition. That's a layup for number 20, Jace Booker. That's the play of the night for Mount Zion, Josh. So
it's been a little aggressive defense, but it looked like
a slam for Jermaine, and he says, "I'll see your layup and raise you a dunk."
Yeah, a nice pass there by the Railers to Jermaine, and Railers just a little lackadaisical, I think, with the ball, trying to play a little more, maybe a little faster than what they're used to. They know they're able to do a lot of different things right now.
Stolen away again. That was Caden Froby. Got his hand in again, and that tipped away to Singleton, and now the Railers are off in transition. Froby drove baseline, tipped away out of bounds. And, man, I don't know if anybody keeps the record of steals in a game, but Caden Froby's got my unofficial Railer basketball record. At least he's approaching it for steals in a game.
Illinois with the victory over Michigan State, 79-74. So huge win there for
Brad Underwood,
Coach Brad Underwood,
Coach Jeff Alexander.
Coach Jeff Alexander on a big time win there.
Dumped it into Jermaine, up and nice and easy layup. That's up and good. And Coach Graven from Mount Zion is going to call a timeout here, and I think he's doing it maybe. I thought he was getting on an official, but he was going after a player. It's a 30. We'll keep it here. State Bank of Lincoln, serving the area for over 114 years with 4 locations in Lincoln and 2 in Clinton. Proud to be a Lincoln Railer supporter. And Josh, this looks a little more like the first quarter than the second quarter, with the Railer starters out there and high energy.
They probably know they're on limited time.
Right.
They want to get this thing up, and I think more importantly to us, we need to get this thing to a 30-point win or a margin by the time the fourth quarter starts.
You got somewhere else to be?
No, but I'm just keep this thing ticking.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a drive home, so I wouldn't mind either if the Railers would just go ahead and keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Someone needs to whisper to coach, make sure these guys are staying in until we get to that point. And then you can start.
Would you have whispered that to him on your days on the bench?
No, because I wouldn't have come on. Maybe in fun, but I'm sure he would have thought it was fun.
You and Coach Ryan Cross, a lot of fun memories with you guys on the bench my junior year. There's a 3 for Mount Zion. That's good. That's number 24, Braden Hiley. That's his first shot of the night, Josh, and looked pretty good.
Yeah, he's got to shoot a little more. The Braves just not been able to get a whole lot of shots off.
Now Jermaine's got it at the top of the key. Over to Froby. Kicks it out to Ewald. A long 3. That's up. No good. Off the back of the iron and back to the Braves. Then Caden Froby tries to take it away. They finally kept one away from him. And here's Hiley, another 3. That's up. That's good. Where's this guy been? He just nailed 2 threes on back-to-back possessions. And that cuts the Lincoln lead to 39-17. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Singleton's got it now. Now Froby over on the wing to Ewald. Another dump into Jermaine. He looked to spin, was met by 2 defenders. And now Froby's got it. Over to Whiteman. Whiteman couldn't handle it. Got it back. Over to Ewald. Now Cam's driving. There's a little floater. He got fouled. Cam will step to the line for the Railers. Cam looking at his wrist. Got maybe a little nick on it there. It looks fine. Cam's got it. Up. And good.
Free throw. Nice shooting night for Whiteman.
Yep.
2 of 3 from the three-point line. I'm not sure if the one he missed was a 3 or 2. It was right on the line, but it did rattle out. But nice rebounding night also for Whiteman. Doing a good job underneath as the free throw rattles out for Cam. Goes 1 of 2 on this possession.
Mount Zion got in transition and threw it away. Tried to run a free throw break and missed the last guy on the break, so it'll go back out to the Railers. Dylan Singleton's got it, bringing it across half court. Railers looking to extend this lead to that 30-point margin. There's Caden Froby on a drive and dish over to Whiteman. Caden kind of
a little screen there, a little moving screen, a pick, rub pick or whatever they call that in the NFL. It worked because Whiteman was able to get to that free throw line on a right-hand dribble and a nice pull-up. That's a travel.
I think that could have been called holding if we were watching a football game because Caden had his arms wrapped around Cam's defender's jersey. Anyway, back out to Mount Zion, but they kick it away and turnover again, and Railers will get it out of bounds along the baseline here. We'll see what they run. Like you said, Josh, this is a little bit of a unique situation, so this is kind of want to see what kind of out-of-bounds play we're going to run here. And it's a clear out for Jermaine, and Jermaine got it and couldn't get it to convert, but still they ran a little unique play there to get Jermaine to look at the basket.
Yeah, it was a sideline out of bounds, a tough spot where we were, but it was almost a lob just to Jermaine, and Jermaine just couldn't.
Stolen away by the Railers again. Dylan Singleton's got it to Froby. Froby in transition, hangs in the air, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple more free throws. Man, just Dylan and Caden, I sound like a broken record, but they are hands on every single ball just about.
Quick hands, aggressive. They're not concerned at all with the Braves guards going by them, so then they could be even more aggressive. And then with the quick hands, they're strong. They just provide a lot of pressure up at the top, and it's been tough sledding for the Braves, obviously, with just 17 points, and that's with a couple quick threes they've had here in the third quarter, just to handle the ball.
Caden up for the second free throw. That one's rattles in and out. Lincoln ahead 43-17, and Caden Froby just stole it again. driving up and in, and he's fouled. He was mad about missing the free throw.
You're going to get another try.
Yeah, I'll take this ball, thank you very much, and takes it up and in. And Josh, I don't even know if Mount Zion field goal percentage-wise is that bad. They might be shooting 50% from the field.
Yeah, they just haven't had a lot of attempts.
Yeah, they just can't get a lot of attempts because this Railer defense is just everywhere. It's like almost like Caden Proby knows what's coming, and he's just stepping out in the passing lane. Caden's going to try to knock down this free throw. That one rattles every part of the rim.
Touch
falls
and
in.
shooter's roll there.
And Caden now with 23. 3 minutes to go here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, excuse me.
He may have a double-double
he's
this year with, or this game with points and steals.
Yeah, he's got to have it. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Now Mount Zion, Makai Smith, and that's another turnover for Mount Zion. Makai Adams, pardon me, tried to dribble it between his legs and traveled instead. And now Noah Funk has checked in for the Railers. He's got some minutes going. Dylan Singleton get a much-deserved rest. And they're going in Jermaine again. Jermaine looking to make a post move. Kicks it over to Froby, who's wide open for a three. That's good. A Chris Coyne, State Farm three-pointer.
Boy, it was a feathery touch. You can see the great spin that he has on the basketball.
And a great
follow-through.
Jermaine.
And that's one of the improvements of Jermaine is passing when he gets it in the post. That time found Froby wide open in the corner, and no hesitation by Caden at all. Just up, and he's made several of those, especially from the corner. That's not an easy shot.
Yeah. There's Adams with it inside. Kicked it right back out. That's Booker. He shoots no good. Rebound from Jermaine. He's fouled, and I don't think we're close to a bonus or anything. It looks like Lincoln's got 5 fouls, Mount Zion's 3, so it'll be out of bounds. Here comes Wyatt Collier checking in for Caden Proby, and I have to imagine that's the end of Caden's night.
Yeah, I would think so. Caden checked out with, what did you say, 23? Or 23
I think it was
points?
23. He might have had that before I don't know, 23 or 26 in probably 20 minutes of game action. So quite a night for Caden Proby. Jermaine thought about a 15-footer, didn't do it. Now over to Collier. Collier's got it.
Ewald scoreless tonight, Justin.
We got to get Will something here. Keep his. He's been on a hot streak a little bit lately too, but tonight it's just been unselfish play.
Yeah.
If you can get a steal, you're going for it pretty much.
He's been really consistent shooting the basketball as of mainly the whole season. I thought Will's had an excellent season up until now, shooting the basketball, playing defense, rebounding, a whole different Will Ewald. He's
There's
get
Will for
a good
three.
look there.
That's no good. Noah Funk in among the trees. Doesn't get it, and it's rebounded to Mount Zion. They're out in transition. Noah Funk trying to take it away. They're going to call Noah on the body there. Noah was a little mad, I think. Missed that little bunny inside. And
nice offensive rebound, though, by Noah. You know, when they concentrate so much on boxing out Jermaine, that a lot of these guards, a lot of our guards can get in there. A lot of times it's Singleton getting in there. It's Froby, and that time Funk was able to get in there for an offensive rebound. Just had some contact, couldn't get the layup to go back in, put back.
Now Mount Zion back with it out of bounds. Hamrick's got it in the corner. He's guarded by Will Ewald. There's Hiley. He's up. That ball rattles out. Mount Zion comes up with a rebound. Couldn't get it to fall. Back out to Hamrick. Hamrick's got it over to Hiley. Hiley over to Booker, over to Adams. They're looking at inside. Now Booker's got it on a drive from the free throw line. That's up and good. From the free throw line is Booker. That'll make it 49 to 19. Lincoln with a 30-point advantage here with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Will drives, kicks it over to Jermaine. Now back to Will. Gonna guess the Railers are gonna hold for one shot.
Yeah, try to. If they get a good look or an open layup, I think they'll take it.
And Cam Whiteman drives and he's fouled. Josh, one of the things we've talked about at different times this season, you mentioned earlier with Caden Froby being a coach's son, Will Ewald a coach's son, Cam Whiteman a coach's son. This is a well-skilled, well-taught group of Railers, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right, and and that helps when you get into situations late in the game or times where they've been able to experience different things than some, coaches. Most of the time when you're a coach's kid, they're generally some of the better players. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but for the most part, it's mainly because they're in the gym.
Collier with a drive. That's up, and it's good.
Nice.
Great drive from Wyatt Collier. Great to see him get on the book after working hard in practice. He's played with great effort. He just tried to steal another one and didn't fall. There's Hamrick drives and floats one over Jermaine. And that's another trading baskets here with Mount Zion and on the Railers.
Yeah, we've got to get
51-21, 15 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Thought Jermaine would try and go throw that into the bleachers, but didn't go up for it.
8 seconds now. Noah Funk's got it near half court. Railers trying to get a shot off. And it's over to Ewald with about 2 seconds. Sips it in Jermaine. Jermaine's got to get it up. He does, and no good. Jermaine with a scowl. He wanted that one to go. It's the end of the third quarter. 51-21. Lincoln with the lead. Oh, they did call a foul here on Jermaine. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll keep it here for Jermaine's free throws.
Yeah, he can't just lay on him, and I think that's the thing that Coach Alexander was complaining about the officials early on in the game, and I know that the score was lopsided, but they can't hang and knee him and push him in the back and everything else to not let him get the ball. You still got to play good defense.
Jermaine knocks down the first. Here's the second. That's up, and that's good. So Lincoln will enter the fourth quarter with a 32-point lead. 53-21. We'll be back. We'll be back here on 96.3 WLCN.
The great return to action starting out against Matthew High School. JV at 6, varsity at 7:30 right here.
This is Justin Tierney. I'm joined by Josh Komnick. We'll get back to the action here in a second, but first we want to say a thank you to P&W Pools and Whiteman Construction, family owned and operated, specializing in above and in-ground installation and maintenance along with spas. Ask about incredible savings going on now. Phone 735-3309 and go online to pwpoolandspa.com. Josh, Railers ahead 53-21. What are we looking at in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, Postgame, Funk, Collier, Ewald, and Hullinger out there for the Railers right now.
There's Funk, open in the corner for a three. That's up. That's no good. 2 Railers go for the rebound, but it kicks away, and it's in the hands of the Mount Zion Braves. They're bringing it across half court. Over to Hiley, over to Hamrick, the freshman.
Justin with a 32-point lead. That clock does not stop as long as there's not a timeout.
Booker for 3 from Mount Zion. That's good. Knocks it down. That'll cut it to 53-24. Noah Funk got it, bringing it across half court. Kicks it over to Will Ewald. Now Hollinger. Now Collier. In the corner, there's Postgame with it. Noah Funk looks to drive. Hollinger. Back out Will Ewald. He wants to get on the board. A little floater. He does.
Will gets into the scoring. Colin, the first 2 for Ewald, comes into the contest averaging 10 points a game. Has had a couple of looks from 3 that he has been knocking down as of late, but that time a nice drive by Will. Got into about 8 feet, and then with the floating shot as
stolen away by Hollinger.
Braves pass it right to Hollinger.
Hollinger's really comfortable with it, dribbling the ball. He's got a great ball handler. There's Collier for 3. It's up. It's good. And it's a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer for Wyatt Collier. That's his 5th point of the night. And something you don't see very much, Josh, the Railers are not in the full court 1-2-2.
Yeah, comes a time, there's not too often, but there is a time where Coach will pull it off.
And there's Hamrick, a little floater. He knocks it in for Mount Zion, the freshman from Mount Zion. Looks like a good prospect for the future. There's Funk. He drives. That's up, and it rattles in. 60-26 Lincoln. 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Buying supper tonight?
I already had some Kreckles on the way here. I come to Decatur, got to get a little Kreckles burger.
Really?
Tonight, yeah, that's good. You ever had Kreckles?
No, I have not. But we're not in Decatur though.
We're in Mount Zion. I know.
Lloyd must have had it.
Do they have the chicken curds back yet?
I don't know if they do or not. I'm sorry, we're bringing you back to the action.
Lloyd sounds like he's a regular at Kreckles. He's worried about the curds not back yet.
You get me on the topic of fast food, and I can talk all night. There's a 3 for Hammer. That's up. That's good. And this kid's a player. We saw last week in Mount Zion. Mattoon. Mattoon's got a 6'6" freshman, and this kid's a freshman for Mount Zion. So we're getting some look at some good prospects for the future here in the Apollo. Up and good, and a nice drive by Booker from Mount Zion. He lays it in over Landon Hollinger, who's whistled for a foul. Booker will have a chance to convert the and one, and the clock's still running during this free throw. And Dylan Singleton checking back in. He's going to come in for Will Ewald, who gets a hand from his Raider teammates and the coaching staff.
Yeah, again, the Raider sophomores victorious as well tonight. Was it 28-27, I think, Justin? That sound right?
Comeback victory.
Yeah, they were down all game. I think it was, I don't know what the score was at half, like 9-4 or something like that, 9-8. It was not good, yeah. But the Raider sophomores were able to put a few stops together, and we're without one of their starters in Keegan Ferguson, who suffered what we have heard was a concussion over in Mattoon on Friday. So we're hoping Keegan can get back by the weekend and keep the sophomore season rolling as it has. And so nice time to come out here with a couple of road victories for the sophomores and the varsity. Again, the Railers will be at home Friday and Saturday. Friday against, what did you say, Justin Effingham?
Yeah, Effingham, yep. Ooh, careful over there, Landon. You just got undercut there.
Effingham on Friday at Roy S. And then Wheaton-Warrenville South will invade Lincoln and Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium on Saturday.
Yeah, Josh, we were talking earlier.
Serious?
As the Mount Zion coach calls a timeout, much to Josh's dismay. Josh, during this timeout, we'll give a little shout out to a sponsor, Family Custom Cleaners, Tanning, 24-hour laundromat, and U-Haul dealer, located at 621 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Watch for dry cleaning and super tanning specials with 24-hour laundromat available. Phone 735-2505 for more information.
Well, we talked about, too, that a week from tonight, maybe the best team the Railers will face all season long up until that point in Bloomington. Bloomington comes to town. That is a Tuesday night, February the 12th. That's a 7:30 start. Wheaton-Warrenville South this Saturday is back to the normal Saturday starts at 6:30. So a couple of big schools coming into Lincoln. Wheaton-Warrenville South, I'm sure, well over 4,000 students. And I know Bloomington High School is a 4A basketball team.
It might be 3A.
No, 4. Bloomington's 4. I'm pretty positive they've been ranked in 4A this year. So
one thing we were talking about earlier, Josh, chance for a little history at Roy S this weekend too. Coach Alexander is at 824 wins tonight, and if he can win, obviously tonight, and then 2 wins this weekend, he'll move into 3rd place all time on the Illinois boys basketball coaching list in terms of victories. And
public school, right?
And he'd be number 1 for public school. Number one all time, most wins for a public school coach. The 2 guys ahead of him are Steve Gores from Rockford Boylan, which is a Catholic school in Rockford, and then of course Gene Pingator at St. Joseph, which is in the west suburbs of Chicago. He had Isaiah Thomas. And Mount Zion gets a little layup up and in. That'll make it 60-34. But yeah, Coach Alexander with a win tonight and 2 wins this weekend will become the all-time leading wins for coaches of Illinois public schools. Wyatt Collier up, good, and one. Wyatt Collier knocks in his 7th points. He's got a shot at double figures here. So a good night for Wyatt. Good to see for a guy who works hard and come out and play with a lot of effort tonight. But yeah, crazy to think about how many wins that is for Coach Alexander. Number 3 all time. It's just, I mean, what else can you say about it? The man, one of the best coaches in the state, in the history of the state.
Yeah, and well, Hall of Famer now, of course, and
he's up for National Coach of the Year. I just saw that, which is cool. So I'm sure he'll say, "Oh yeah, well, it's all about the players," but he's got something to do with it too. He'll deflect any praise, I'm sure. But chance for some history if you don't have anything to do Saturday night to see Coach Alexander move into number 3 all time and number 1 for public school coaches. Mount Zion got it in the half court. They're trying to keep it under 30 here. They're down 28. They're looking inside. They do get it inside, tipped away by Drayden Postgame, and Dylan Singleton's out, off and running. He's looking for Collier, doesn't get it, and Dylan fouled hard. He's up and okay. That would be not something we want to see.
Yeah, I think Coach Al saw enough of that.
Yep.
Dylan's going to be coming off the floor as Seth Tungate gets ready to check in.
Well, just the way Dylan plays, there's no, like telling Dylan, take it easy, buddy. He plays really hard, and so he's never going to shy away from contact. That's just not in his DNA. Dylan will step to the free throw line here. That's up, and that rattles in.
That matches the score from the last time.
Yeah.
Justin, which was 60-32, I believe. Right now, the Railers up 63-34 as time keeps clicking.
I thought you were going to sing some.
I was getting ready to, and then I kind of forgot the words, except clicking. In the future.
Oh man, it's getting crazy here in Mount Zion. Josh is singing.
It's been 25-0 for a long time for me.
yeah, it's been a tough one here. We appreciate you sticking with us. Time is clicking away here, or ticking away. Mount Zion's got it inside. Railers surrounding him. There's Hiley. He's going to shoot another 3. And, man, they missed him. I mean, he's a good shooter. They need to make him more of a focal point of the offense, if you ask me. But it'll make it 64-37. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is a Railer victory. Your final score, 64-37 in favor of the Railers. The Lincoln Railers move to, I believe, it's 20-2 on the season now.
20-2, Justin.
And Mount Zion falls to 4-21. We'll be back
10-0 in the league.
10-0 in Apollo Conference play. What a sight that is. We'll take a break and come back with some post-game stats and an interview with Coach Alexander. Stick with us here on 96.3 WLCN.
That was Steve Miller originally.
Okay. Slipping.
Yeah, that's right. I just remember the Space Jam version. Going to schools all day, riding around, go to places with Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. I got my spots in every town. Solstice is here too. It's like
Welcome back to the Lincoln Railer Station, WLCN 96.3. Railers picking up a 64-37 victory. Josh is getting the scoring together, assisted by Carson Komnick, getting the scoring together for the Railers. Lincoln with a very aggressive first quarter defensive performance. If you're asking me what the key to the game was, Lincoln just came out in this first quarter and decided, you know what, you're not going to score tonight.
And they didn't.
Then they didn't. Yeah, it's 25-0 at the end of the first quarter. Thanks, Josh. Caden Froby, tons of steals. Dylan Singleton, if he had been on any other team, would have had a ton of steals. But I think Caden Froby may have set a single-game record for steals tonight with probably at least 9, maybe 10. Might have had a double-double. We were talking about that. But the Railers just come out, send a message defensively, really pour it on the Braves. Josh, you got the scoring ready to go?
Railers were led, Justin, by their leading scorer coming into the contest at 16 points a game. Froby does that in the first half. He had 17 in the first half, finished with 26 on the night. Hamlin again in double figures with 12. Cam Whiteman with 9. 7 off the bench for Wyatt Collier. Nice game for Wyatt. 6 for Dylan Singleton. 2 for Ewald and 2 for Funk for the scoring by the Railers. And as you said, pretty much in hand from the tip. Justin, 25-0 after 1 and like 33-7 at halftime, and the Railers just kept going. A little more scoring there by Mount Zion as the Railers started to make substitutions, and Mount Zion was a little more carefree, and then actually started to look at the basket a little bit more. Of course, it's kind of human nature for the Railers to back off their intensity a little bit, being up so much. But Mount Zion was able to hit a few threes and put some points on the board to make out 37. 64-37. We'll take a break here and be back with Coach Alexander here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic postgame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
We don't see it. Just go ahead and run what you want to run. 4 people listen at home anyway. My brother and Josh's family, that's about it.
No, that's when I turned it on a long time ago.
Oh my gosh. I mean, neither.
Yeah, I think that it's hard to add a whole lot of insights, even from Coach Alexander. Alright, that works for us. You got the stats in. Preston got this, like you said, 67 times, so you should be happy. I can't imagine that he should, if he's doing sponsorships for football, what's he sponsoring?
That's not.
Touchdowns? I think my first game, Paula, you were telling me about your books you like to read or something. You were talking about reading novels.
Mama Bear. Second Shake's bringing out everybody's Mama Bear. I'll tell you that right now.
Stone cold.
I did, and I love when they come.
Here comes Coach Al.
I know, and that's why.
We're back here at Mount Zion High School. Coach Alexander making his way up to the tippy top of the Mount Zion High School Gymnasium. He's got his Diet Coke in hand.
That'd be the tree house.
Yeah, the tree house, as Josh likes to call it. Coach Al's got a duck here to make sure he doesn't bump his head. We'll get him set up here with the equipment. And, well, Coach, you got to be happy with that first quarter. Got off to a nice 25-0 lead. Your boys looked like they were ready to play tonight.
We moved the ball. We made some things happen defensively, and we got some easy scores from their turnovers. And unfortunately for them, they struggle with a point guard, but they play hard and they keep working at trying to do the things that you're supposed to do. But they are lacking a true point guard, and I feel bad that I kind of took advantage of that.
Well, I think the guy who deserves the blame is probably Caden Froby, because it seemed like Caden and Dylan and Will on the top half of the 1-2-2 just saw blood in the water. And that's, I know you're always supportive of young coaches, and Coach Graven's been a great young coach here at Mount Zion, but at the same time, you've got to be happy with the aggression that your guards show. They came out and said, we'll take that ball.
Well, what we're happy with is we changed the style of the way we played tonight compared to what we played Rock Island. Mm-hmm. And those are the adjustments that as a team you have to be able to make to play the type of team. We didn't change our defense. We just changed the way we played our defense, how aggressive we were, what we covered, what we tried to do. So, that comes from good scouting reports. Coach Greg's been on the film nonstop to pick up the things. Coach Eric, when we go scout, he's the one that does all the pencil work, and I go watch the game.
That's what you got assistants for.
Well, 10 years ago I didn't think that, but now I do.
Coach, it looked like at times on the offensive end tonight, we really kind of put them in a bind because they wanted to double Jermaine or they wanted to sag off. And then when they were doing that, we hit some enough perimeter shots that really seemed like they were caught in between and then you give it to Jermaine down low, and he's capable of beating you himself.
We had both ways. We had the perimeter shot falling, and we had Jermaine inside. And there's some things. I thought the second quarter, one of the learning things that we needed to do was when you put a different lineup out on the court like we had, roles change, and we had nobody. The two or three that should have changed didn't. They continued to play as if Jermaine was on the floor, but they should have been more aggressive offensively, and those are little things that kids have to pick up. Is I'm not also a passer. I need to try to score with this group, and those are things that you learn from games like this.
Yeah, Coach. Of course, this weekend a tough weekend with the Effingham coming in on Friday. Obviously a capable scorer, the leading scorer in the league, I'm pretty sure, in Wolf still. And if his brother's a solid basketball player, so it'll be a fight Friday night. And then if you want to stay atop of the league, and I know your goal is to be undefeated in the league, and you got to take care of business on Friday night.
Yeah, they're playing much better. I don't know the whole situation down there, but they had a coaching change right around Christmas, and right now we're looking to try to find some tape on them to see how they are playing with a new coach. We have our game down there, and we have their personnel, but are they doing anything different? Are they playing strictly zone or man or splitting it, or what are they doing? So those are things that we're trying to find out about Effingham, and we've got to be able to try to find some tape somewhere of a recent game.
I think since the coaching change, I think they either beat Mattoon or Taylorville, one of the two. They've got a nice win since the coaching change.
They beat Taylorville by 25.
Yeah.
Down at Effingham. And Effingham's a tough place to play.
Right.
We got lucky and got down there early and picked up the win. That was a big win going down there and taking care of business down there. But, we're down to 2 games, and we just need one of the two. But we're right now trying to figure out how to continue our momentum to get better for the regional, and we're wanting that 2 seed. Be able to pick that up, and hopefully with that we would be able to stay at Clinton instead of going to Jerseyville for the regional.
Yeah, you said that, Coach. you got some tough ones coming up. You know, I know we look past Friday night, but Wheaton-Warrenville South, I'm sure, is strong with a big school. And then maybe the best team you've seen all season long might be coming to Royas on Tuesday in Bloomington.
Yeah, and, you know, we've got 5 home games in a row now.
Nice.
And all 5 of them are great teams. And, you know, like you saw Saturday night, hopefully we'll have people come out to see good basketball and watch those teams play, because they're all really, really good and all different styles. You know, Taylorville's up and down. You know how Bloomington wants to play. Taylorville wants to get up and down. Decatur, or Eisenhower.
Yeah.
So, you know, the only one that's probably a slower pace, and they try to mimic what we do, is Wheaton-Warrenville, and they are really good. And you know, we've got to work on some things for them, because that game could be 20 to 19. They're very deliberate on how they play, and they're very skilled. So we've got our work cut out for us here in the rest of the season. Then we got to go to Normal West. So we're down to 6 games. It's unreal that we're talking end of the season and regional play.
Well, Coach, congrats. Keep it going. I think the Railers now, a 9-game winning streak? Is that what we had calculated? Something like that. Yeah. 8 as of Rock Island, maybe 9-game winning streak, and be nice to carry it right into regionals. Of course, Coach, you want to be playing your best basketball then, and it's been going pretty smooth as of late.
We might break some news to you, but Jeff got a big win tonight.
Well, I was listening down there, and in fact, we messed the official. I was mad at him because they were announcing the score, and he put the ball in play, and I wanted to hear the score, and I didn't hear it.
Well, they did. The Illini did get a win tonight, so happy night at the Alexander household, I'm sure. We're going to wrap it up here on WLCN 96.3. We appreciate you for joining us. Josh, send it back to Jeff number 2 in the Classic Rock Experience on 96.3 WLCN. Yep. Thanks for joining us, folks.
He's a nice guy and a good coach. He played college ball with Armstrong. Nice kid.
He could have scored 100. He could have been 105.
Yeah, that's. Talk to you next time. Sorry.